Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy Tuesday to join me. I really appreciate it. As always, you feel me 440 videos deep. Like, I gotta tell you, there's not many things that I can say I've accomplished in life that really provide me with any kind of meaning whatsoever. This is one of them. So, I'm super pumped that the channel is what I feel like is in its infancy, in that, like, we were born and now we're kind of growing up a little bit. And, pretty soon we'll be crawling and walking and running and doing all the other cool things that people and stuff do, I guess, but you feel me. And again, thank you again for joining. All new subs, new viewers every single day. I continue to see different videos perform at different levels. And again, as strictly a person who's a creator that provides content for consumption on an entertainment exclusive only basis, I really appreciate it. You have no idea how, like, meaningful it is to know that y'all watch these videos, and I couldn't appreciate it any more than by, like, recognizing that on the daily, letting y'all know that I'll continue to bring this sort of unnecessary energy to Vlogs About Nothing on the nightly, 4 times a day. If you haven't already told somebody, please do. But seriously, I really appreciate it. And so tonight we're actually going to be talking about useless apps. Okay, so hear me out. I watch a lot of content. I think the point's been made. If you're new to the channel, I do nothing with my life except make vlogs about nothing. I have an eBay store. I write, and I'm attempting to do some other things within, like, the production area or whatever. But I watch a lot of content, and a lot of it is ad based. In that, free stuff on YouTube is free in a manner that you know uh, privileges you to watching all of these interesting targeted ads, which there's a bunch of things about these ads that make me question, where I am in life in terms of, like, where are these ads targeted to? I mean, pre and post menopausal ads directed towards this 36-year-old aging dude isn't exactly the kind of consumer base you're aiming for. But I just, you know what I mean? Gaslighting ads is a little bit different. But regardless, tonight we're talking about useless apps and about how a lot of these ads, hand in hand, advertise for useless applications. So, like, for example, the other day I'm watching something on Hulu, another ad based service that you can opt to out of, in terms of you can pay an additional fee to get the ad free version, But as a millennial and as an aging dude, I find that, like, instead of, because before it was different, like, before I don't mind spending an extra few dollars whatever on an ad-free thing, but now it's kind of like I feel like that's the most value centric way to consume content, in that we don't consume enough of it for it to really matter whether or not there's ads, you know what I mean, that, like, really affect or impact the way that we live our lives in any other way than it already would. Like, in terms of, I might go buy some candy while I'm watching my movie, but, like, Reese's advertising for that isn't gonna, like, necessarily drive me to go out and do something they've already done a wonderful job of programming me to do. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, save some money, Reese's, at least here on my end. So all I'm saying is that there are a lot of useless apps. I was going with an example. We'll finish with that. One is so it's Thumbtack. I see all of these apps that provide services that have been around on, like, a basic functioning smartphone for like 20 years. And then I ask myself, like, what kind of people, right, like, are using these apps? Like, I mean, where are they getting these numbers from? I mean, seriously, I mean, and I think to myself, well, obviously, it's not exploitative, in that I'm sure the people who target these, specific apps or whatever, like, target like, not randomly generated IP addresses that have or had some history of, service within the home, as it concerns the aggregated data that's collected amongst all of the companies that sell this kind of stuff, and how that really leads to, like, direct leads for, marketing products and so forth. But, like, all I'm saying is that, like, there's a bunch of useless apps, and it's like a lot. It's like a really big waste of money, especially because a lot of the diversification of apps you see that are being advertised are owned by the same company. So like it's just, I don't know if it's disheartening so much as it is insulting to watch multiple ads, that are promoting different kinds of apps that are useless but are in fact owned by the same handful of companies that own all of them. So it's really not even free market entrepreneurial in a sense that it's like a brand new product that's like trying to rival, something that was already in existence by making it better, which is the definition of providing a better market as an incentive in a free market for capitalism. Like when that's non-existent, it's all kind of trivial, And so useless apps really mean useless like money being allocated from venture capitalists that are being sold the idea that somehow, their app is going to be a game changer in that like it'll change industry and stuff, when in fact most of these startups are just money pits that take money and then never offer any return on investment or ROI or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that like useless apps deserve to go where they need to go, which is like back into the portfolio of the companies that already own them that are trying to resell them by rebranding them to us in different ways and that give us just the same utilities from these applications that the basic applications provide for us already on our phones. So like I'm just saying, like selling somebody some ice cream when they already have, a couple gallons of ice cream is like it's tough. It can be done, but it's tough. So like unless your ice cream's real good, you're gonna have a real tough time like being in like, the conversation with the other two. You feel me? But I'm just saying, that's just like my opinion that like there are a lot of useless apps and I don't know if old people are just like you know they don't understand that like their investment firms or whatever, like you can't reinvent Instagram, you know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, ladies, gentlemen, they, them, there will forever and only just be one Facebook, there's only, I mean, and that's both settling and unsettling in that like you want there to be the opportunity. You can't really diversify, when there's nothing to diversify from. And like when I say that, it's like a social media platform is like a fancy version of your Google account or your email account. It does nothing more for you other than just like connect you in a way that other people have consented by connecting to, in that way. There's not much that can be competitive with that to begin with because it's such a simple, it's like the phone book, like you really, like there's not many ways to, make the phone book any different. So like thereby just in sheer economic thinking, there's really not going to be any kind of thing. So let's stop trying to do that. You feel me? Let's stop trying to reinvent apps that can all single handedly be done from the comfort of your home with ChatGPT. Like seriously, the app development game is over. Like I again, like there's got to be some common sense in this stuff, and there's not much more room for growth in this sector as we move forward in the future as it concerns your basic app developers. Or I mean like if you really want to be involved, in my opinion, you have to be like involved. Like you gotta like be like with a real big company, one of the big tech companies that is are the people and the entities that are responsible for bringing forth this technology to the consumer in a private kind of a way. You know what I mean? So like unless you're hands on getting that kind of experience, which some of us are, and that's kind of cool, but still to the end user selling apps through useless apps that have been around for 2 decades. Some of these apps have already been around longer than most of the people that they're trying to sell the services to have been alive in some cases. So I'm just saying that like I myself, I find it funny. I really do. And I also find it kind of sad because real people work for these companies, and I mean little be known to them that a startup venture capitalist fund that gives you $1 billion and you run out of it in 5 years and you get no funding again means you have no job from that company. So it's like I'm pro employee, I'm pro individual, I'm anti people rigging a system that is set up for failure, because that's what it is. And so like we got to be really careful as we begin to compete with some of the large app developers and products that have already been around for a long time and need not be replaced, or literally can't be made better because it is what it is. I mean, you can't make 2 plus 2 making 4. You can't make 4 any better than it already is. Like, that's a truth, you know what I mean? Like, just one of those things. Like, it is what it is. You know, you can't make more of something from nothing that can't be made something from, if that makes sense. Like certain truths in that regard. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm done with my tangent. You know, I felt like tonight was a little bit. I mean, I don't like useless apps as an end consumer of people of some, like I consume a lot of content. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I mean, I'd rather see candy ads. You know, that's more applicable to me in my life, is, you know, my constant battle with sugar and whether or not I want to buy candy. I mean, this is a really big deal to me in my life. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not joking. This is how simple I keep my life, or at least I try to. But yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, was as each night goes by or whatever, like I just, you know, you guys make it this far. Pretty soon we'll be right to our goal with having, you know, hundreds of thousands of other people join us on the nightly. And then we can like venture out of the apartment and do other things, you know, and be more impactful in that kind of a way. But until then, we'll continue to utilize, you know, what we've been given and be happy and grateful for that, and let us ride into the future on a positive kind of vibe already, you know what I mean? Because we vlog about nothing here, and it's a pretty shameless thing that I do. So hope that you guys have a really good night, and thanks again for watching. Bye.